You would be completely amazed by some of the things officers have to deal with on a daily basis at the airport. From human body parts to weapons and animals, here are some of the weirdest things found by airport security. 10. Bullet-filled diaper. Officials at the LaGuardia airport had thought they had seen it all until they found a loaded baby diaper inside the carry-on luggage of a male passenger. Now, ignoring the fact that it is quite abnormal to find a filled diaper in a man's luggage, normally you'd expect to find baby poop inside such an item. However, this time, officials were shocked to find that it contained something else entirely: bullets. Can you imagine that? According to the official reports, the unidentified man from Arkansas had artfully concealed 17 bullets inside the disposable baby diaper, making the officials believe it was a carefully wrapped baby poop. He nearly made it through if not for the alarm set off by the X-ray machine. Just so you know, this man was traveling alone with no kids whatsoever. And so having a loaded baby diaper in his possession was already enough to call for concern. But the most mind-boggling part of it all is that after he was arrested by the airport police for unlawful possession of ammunition, the passenger argued that he had no idea how the bullet-laced diaper got into his luggage. He later, however, claimed that his girlfriend may have snuggled it there. 9. Loaded peanut butter. Airport officials found themselves handling a peanut butter situation when a passenger showed up with peanut butter jars that had been completely abused and misused. The tasty, buttery delicacies had been wastefully removed to conceal parts of a .22 caliber semi-automatic handgun. The man, who was later identified to be from Rhode Island, had carefully wrapped the lethal weapon in plastic after separating it into 2 separate parts before stuffing them inside the jars. However, even though it was deep in the creamy, tasty, buttery delicacy, the officers could still smell the bullets and wasted no time in apprehending the culprit. Nobody messes with the TSA, not even the peanut butter man. 8. Doped hairlines. While police and government agencies keep inventing more methods for detecting drugs in packages, drug traffickers are also devising more convenient ways to fly under the radar. Officers at Idaho's Boise Airport encountered one such con method when they found drugs carefully hidden inside hair scrunchies. Just so you know, this was a record breaker, because surely the last place you'd expect anyone to conceal hard drugs is in a female hair tie. Although it wasn't clear who the perpetrators of this cunning act were or when exactly they were caught, hats off to the airport officials for having a keen perception to detect this new trickery. Anyways, moving on. 7. Snake smuggler. We all love pets and sometimes travel with them. But this man did the unexpected when he was caught with 3 live snakes, which he tried to snuggle into the land of opportunity. The New Yorker, who was later identified as Calvin Bautista, had nearly completed the wildlife crossover from Canada into the U.S. until officials found that something was off about his pants. They noticed some parts of his pants were bulging abnormally. It must have been quite a funny sight. After investigating, they found 3 Burmese python snakes concealed in fabric bags inside his pants. Just so you know, the Burmese pythons are nasty species that have been listed as injurious to humans. It's still a mind-boggling mystery why this snake man had 3 cold-blooded pythons on him. But in any case, he was arrested on the charge of federal smuggling and later arraigned before a court of law. 6. Gun inside chicken. It was a bizarre day at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport in Florida when a traveler attempted to snuggle a live weapon in the most unexpected way, through a chicken. Airport officials were dumbfounded when they found a holiday chicken with an unusual bulging tummy carefully wrapped up in a Kikiri Kurch brand packaging. After stripping the chicken naked of its cheap camouflage, they found a handgun stuffed inside. Clearly, this was no Thanksgiving chicken, and even if it was, the poor bird deserved better. The TSA wasted no time in publishing this news, sending a message to the public about its unwillingness to back down on its firearm policy. In a pun-loaded Instagram post, the agency wrote, "We hate to break it to you here, but stuffing a firearm in your holiday bird for travel is just a waste of time. This idea wasn't even half-baked." 5. Indian man hides molten gold in his skull. If you thought you'd seen it all, wait till you see this Indian man who invented one of the most malicious ways of smuggling precious metals ever. Imagine carrying nearly $40,000 worth of undeclared gold right next to your brain cells. The perpetrator, whose identity has still not been disclosed, was trying to make it past New Delhi's International Airport in India when they detected metal on him. Slicing open a small part of his wigged scalp, they revealed a strap of molten gold glued to his skull. Well, that's one way to avoid paying heavy taxes involved with this kind of expensive cargo. However, the most shocking part of this story was when the customs officials also discovered 2 gold capsules lodged inside his rectum. Now that's nasty. We still don't know how they managed to get it all out, but I guess it must have been nice to see some gold poop. 4. Knife in laptop. On November 15, 2022, TSA officers at Richmond International Airport found themselves with a gadget anomaly after a lethal weapon was detected inside a man's fancy laptop. At first, the officer spotted the knife after scanning the carry-on bag, but after a frantic search of the bag, no knife was found. Things, however, took an interesting turn when the individual items of the bag were scanned one after the other, and it was revealed that the laptop was the chest hiding the treasure. But here's the shocker: the double-bladed knife wasn't just tucked inside, but skillfully installed in between the high-end GPUs. It's mind-boggling to imagine the great lengths this man had to go through to conceal this knife. Initially, the culprit denied that there was a knife in his laptop. However, after the cat was out of the bag, or in this case the motherboard, he owned up. He probably never thought that the TSA would have IT guys of their own. 3. Aqua Woman snuggles fish. Finding hidden knives and guns is one battle TSA officials have to fight every day, but certainly you'd agree that one thing that doesn't belong in an airport is fish. TSA officials were shocked beyond words to find a real-life aqua woman trying to make it into a plane with live fish hidden in one of the most cunningly devised concealments ever. Landing in the city of Melbourne on a flight to Singapore, the undisclosed lady had concealed over 50 tropical live fish in a customized apron under her skirt. But there must have been something fishy about the way she walked, because it didn't take long for the 15 plastic water-filled bags holding the poor fishies to be uncovered. According to the Australian Customs Service, what gave her away was the flipping noises they heard coming from her waist. Speak of a plot twist. 2 decapitated heads. Moving over to Chicago, airport officials found themselves caught up in a real-life horror movie when 18 severed human heads were found in a box. Just so you know, these heads were still covered in skin, and their source is still quite a mystery. But hold your horses. This wasn't a bloody shipment from the boogeyman or anything like that. In fact, it was all body parts for medical research. Officials at the O'Hare Airport confirmed that the package was en route to a facility near Chicago, but there was a glitch in the paperwork. Higher-ranking officials soon came to claim the shipment, freeing the officials from their gruesome nightmare. It turns out that these sorts of spine-chilling shipments happen all the time under our noses, but they never get publicized unless, of course, there's chaos in the process of shipment. 1. Tarantula package. TSA officials at Manila's airport in the Philippines were caught up in the midst of a creepy cargo after what initially seemed to be nicely wrapped boxes of cookies and oatmeal turned out to be a hair-raising contraband. Inside the deceptive boxes, hundreds of live tarantulas were found. I'm pretty sure these creepy fellas need no introduction, as they're one of the most famous species of spiders. However, finding 757 of these long-legged venomous creatures in the possession of one man is as criminally dangerous as it gets. The estimated net value of these creatures was about $6,000. Sadly, the man never got to taste the money as he was arrested on site. TSA officials sure do get to witness a lot of freaky stuff on a daily basis. Which of these weird airport findings was your favorite? Do let us know in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, bye for now.